Hello anybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. I'm Mr. Devious, or just Deeb, and in the last episode we got through a lot of Gwarhar Lagoon and started building a stone bridge to somewhere. And in this episode we're going to finish building it, and potentially even finish Gwarhar Lagoon. So in the last episode we left off in the middle of a section of Gwarhar Lagoon that's basically a puzzle area, testing our abilities with our new Fire Brothers and Thunder Brothers moves. And I just walked over to an area that's completely useless because I'm an idiot. In the last episode specifically, we started an area that was focused on Fire Brothers, which makes us run really fast. So that was easy enough, just running to the end of a path. But in this part, they're going to put us to the test a little bit. Oh, that doesn't seem so bad. You just got to put the boulder to the edge, and look, you even get 20 seconds to do it. That's so much time that would be silly if you couldn't get it done. However, that's only the start of this, and now you have to use more than one brother's move. And once you get over here, you press this, which opens up another boulder bowling ball thing. However, as you can see, we didn't have enough time to get that done because I didn't do that fast enough. So as you can see, that time constraint there isn't impossible. Not at all. I definitely screwed up at the end there, but it's definitely more challenging than the first one, which is just like, okay, so you can push a bowling ball with your fire, with your face. Okay, big deal. Now let's see you do it and multitask other abilities. And it's funny that they make you get these abilities down pat, like try to get you to do them as efficiently as possible. Because, well, I guess they do come in handy in the final areas of the game, but you don't really need to quickly manage these abilities very quickly aside from sections like this, so I'm a little curious as to what the point. I screwed up again. Or did I? Honestly, I was just planning to cut to the successful attempt the second time, but then I started talking and, well, I love the sound of my own voice. Okay, now I sound like a conceited jerk. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. That was jokingly. I swear. I swear. Although I have to have some okayness with the quality of my voice, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be recording for LPs. So I'm at least tolerant of my own voice. So that actually brings an end to the fire section of the Gwarhar Lagoon. Now, something I should note is my stats may not be exactly the same as they were in the last episode, because I lost a save file and basically had to build up back to this point from the start of Gwarhar Lagoon. So I didn't lose too much, but, you know, it could have been better. And this is the start of the fire section. As you can see, this brings us back to the main hub area, sort of. We got a Goomba over there, but we're going to ignore him and look at the map. Why are we looking at the map? I don't know. We're going to run away from the Goomba because we don't want to fight him. However, we will get assaulted by a sand sheep who is offensive to my senses. However, this will make a good opportunity to show something off. So, there's a bone shark. The best thing to do with these guys, if you don't know if you're being attacked by a shark or a sheep, is to just wait until you see the shark jump out of the ground before you jump. Just don't jump until you see white, because then you might just jump into a cheap, and that's not really worth it. It's also worth mentioning that a good way to grind up, like, Fire Brothers to get successful attempts as it is to hit the button like 3 or 4 times so the move goes quickly, and then you can add that to your thing. Because you need to pull off Fire Brothers 28 times to get the advanced version of it. Now, Thunder Brothers, on the other hand, you only need to pull off 18 times successfully, and in fact, I just unlocked it. Yeah, I kind of planned this out. Yeah. So he's gonna come back over here, and it's just, all that's left is the cheap, and now I feel really silly for getting hurt by that. So first, I'm gonna want to show that off real quick. So I'm gonna give Luigi a mushroom, even though he doesn't need it, because look at him, he's fine. And we're gonna try out this new Thunder Brothers move, this advanced move, which is actually really hard to pull off, but it's really cool if you can get it right. So we move Mario in the front, push Luigi under the ground, and then we strike from lightning. Strike with lightning from below. And we level up to level 27. We've gained like 3 levels since we arrived in Gwarhar Lagoon, and I stand by the fact that this place is great if you want to just build up Mario and Luigi's stats. I mean, I'm not doing that too much because honestly, we don't really need to be that high level to beat this game. We're pretty powerful as it is, and I haven't even really been, you know, killing every enemy like I so foolishly stated I would at the start of the LP. No, I'm not gonna do that. I will, however, put health into Mario's HP. It's just really easy to level up here. A couple more things. I'm gonna just avoid this guy because really... A couple more things that are worth noting about the Brothers moves attacks, Thunder Brothers and Fire Brothers, is the advanced version of Thunder Brothers, even though it only hits one enemy, it does reduce attack of the enemy. So it's especially useful against bosses and hard-hitting enemies. Now, as for Fire Brothers, we haven't seen it, but it can also inflict a burn on enemies that does damage every turn, which is also pretty handy, all things considered. So we have another underwater section, which I'm not a big fan of in this game. I just feel they're a bit too slow. And look how slow they go. I know it's not that bad, but it just kind of doesn't really work for me. That also, and these enemies underwater aren't really all that fun to fight. I mean, the cheeps are fine, but like the Malabits, the sleeping fish that just kind of shoot green bubbles at you, they take a while to fight, and it's not particularly satisfying to kill these guys down here. So that's my opinion on that. We have more of these Star Kiss enemies, which we're not going to do. I mean, not going to fight. So in order to make these... Well, we're not going to fight any except for the one that attacks us first. Also, this is a very suspicious area, as you can see with the... Hold on. Yep, there's definitely something here. And yet... As you can see, it's a little finicky on getting it to go. There we go. That was painful. So yeah, we fought that guy because he attacked us. If you want to navigate the underwater areas quickly, you just want to hop a little when you swim. I think if you just go right out into a swim, like outright swimming, you'll take a while to ascend, or like your swimming won't be as quickly as if you just kind of tap the button periodically, but that's okay. Because we just finished up with that underwater area, and I would say that's actually probably the final obligatory underwater area in the game. So we're done with that. However, we will be going back to underwater areas a little bit later. Not for anything mandatory, not for any real fights. It'll be quick when we get there, so that'll be interesting. Purely optional stuff. So we finally completed this bridge, and before we head up on ahead, we're just going to conveniently heal up and then use this save block. Because I feel like it. There's no other reason why I would want to save here. Not at all. Actually, it was kind of perfect that I stopped off where I did in the last episode. Otherwise, this episode would be really short. Because now... Finally! Beanstar piece! How's that feel, Hermie? Like the look of it? Oh, I get a good feel from that. Yes, I do. Huh? Who are you? Have you come to help me decorate too? Why, red clothes and a mustache even. That means... Could you be... Santa Claus? Hermie, what is it? Oh wow, on closer inspection, I see you have red clothes and a shiny mustache. Could you be? And there's our license. Wow, that jump! Pow! Then it's true! It's true! You're Mario of the Mushroom Kingdom! Stupendular! Mario of the Mushroom Kingdom is here! Party on! This is no time to be decorating! Whoa! It's true! Can I touch your mustache? That jump, it's gloriful, grandular. I cannot wait to brag to everyone I know. This rules. Luigi, what are you doing? Are you trying to pull him out of there?
Ah, oh, my decoration.
Huh? Oh, you must be the president of the Mario fan club? No, wait just a second. Green clothes, mustache, inconsistent voices. Hey, any chance that you're the famous brother who always gets left behind? Luigi? Oh god. Wow, are we lucky or what? How old are you? What's your sign? And your hat size? Okay, your waist? Favorite snack?
The decorating stopped, and it's all because of you. If you want to cause trouble, then you are stupid. I'm sorry, but it's true.
That little navigator joke there. Anyway, we come to the boss fight of Gwarhar Lagoon. This is Hermie the Third. Hermie the Third is an interesting, or Hermie 3, but this is a very interesting enemy. We're gonna come on and start fighting him right away. Now we can attack his his center, but then, like a lot of enemies, he will retaliate. Now this is a very interesting boss in what he does. He'll try to pinch us, and he'll only pinch with his claws when they kind of pulsate and get bigger and smaller. He'll also belch these bubblegum balloons at us. I don't know. I think they can poison us, but they're kind of dangerous. I want to talk a little bit, and we can also, by the way, we can also attack his claws and disable them, which we're also going to do because I think he's critically weak to both fire and electricity. Anyway, what I was going to say was, Hermie's an interesting enemy because, as you can see, he looks like a Christmas tree. He's actually a reference to a Japan-only game made by Alpha Dream before Mario and Luigi, and there were enemies that were basically hermit crabs that were Christmas trees, and I can't remember if they had the same name, if they were also called Hermie or not. As for the 3 part in his name, apparently, according to the Super Mario Wiki, where I do all of my research, according to that, they say that the 3 might also be pronounced as 3, like tree. Hermie tree 3, but with a lisp, but it doesn't really work.
How frustrating. It is time to speed things up.
Hermie is... I don't know what I'm doing with him. Just forgive me, please. You don't have to. He's not critically... Also, when he attacks, sometimes, I forget what those guys are called now. Shame on me. I'll put a note of their names. But it's funny because Mario's fire does more damage than Luigi's lightning, even though he's critically weak to lightning. So that's sort of an example to a testament to how powerful Mario is over Luigi. However, if we use fire on his head, we will see that it will do barely any damage. So I just kind of wasted several seconds here showing this move off. And here we go. This is the problem with Fire Brothers, especially when you learn that it does like no damage. You're actually probably better off just letting the fireball hit Luigi. And then I might actually show that off this episode. It doesn't do much damage with electricity either. But after a bit, after he takes some damage, he'll retreat into his shell. If you try to attack him when he's like this, it does nothing. And he'll also recover some HP. So how do we get him out of his shell? Well, there is one way to get him out of his festive holiday shell, and that is to use fire. This is a little obtuse, I think, as what you're supposed to do. But then he's like,
"What are you doing to my pretty decorations? No more, stupids!"
This guy is so goofy. But yeah, those little side crawlers basically only serve as a distraction. When he glows red like that, he actually increases his speed, I do believe. Also, after he retreats into his shell, he gets his claws back, so it's probably not that great to... Oh boy. It's probably not necessarily that great of an idea to take out his claws, but it does certainly help. And the claws don't really take that much damage before they go out. But yeah, he'll get faster and faster every time you see that little pulse of red, which usually means he gets more turns, or what have you. However, we still have awesome moves in our arsenal. We can't forget about our other brothers' moves, which are still just as useful as they were before. And Luigi can hang in the air with the greatest of ease. Those claws are actually pretty hard to get the counterattack against. As you can see, they don't offer much window of opportunity. But if you do hit them, that's all well and good. Now, we're going to try this move again to try and down his attack. Not that it's really necessary, but it does look really cool, and it does do a lot of damage to him. 71 is pretty high. Pretty high. I don't friggin' know. But basically, this is how the battle's going to go. See, as he gets faster, he will attack more often. So you do want to sort of take him out fairly quickly, if you can help it. I'm gonna check to see if you can steal anything from this guy. Usually bosses have some form of goodie with them. So yeah, we actually got a badge out of that, a lucky ribbon. I don't know what it does, but it sounds like it's pretty good. We'll check that out after the fight, which presumably won't take that much longer. Hermie I don't think has that much health, but he does have a fair amount of defense. But now that he's been struck with both forms of Lightning Brothers, he has both his attack and defense lowered. So at this point, I feel it's fine to just, finish him off with a good old-fashioned Hammer Brothers move. 450 experience, not bad, but that's actually only a little bit more than a normal fight would get in this area.
Please excuse Hermie. He's a little kooky. Gee, I'm sorry, fellas. I guess we were in the wrong.
Anywho, I'm sure you two must have had some reason for coming here. What are you things, even?
Huh? The bean thing on the shell?
Well, whoop-de-doo. What's so important about that thing? Wow, did you hear that, Hermie?
Is that so? Then I suppose I have no choice.
So he gives up his Beanstar piece, and that means we finally get the first Beanstar piece. You got a Beanstar piece, and we get, a whole blackout screen. Beanstar. Only 3 more to go. It's like they recognize, yes, this is a MacGuffin quest divided up by Beanstar pieces, even though it's not really that.
And after decorating things so well, too. But we tried so hard.
What? You're leaving already? I don't see why you can't stay and relax, personally.
Superstars are busy people, I'm sure. If you're going back, this way should be a shortcut.
Aw, poor Hermie. We talked to him again. He's like,
don't you have anything to replace the bean thing with? If you happen to find something in your travels, I really hope you bring it back here.
And that is something we can do, but not until a little bit later, not after we get all the Beanstar pieces. So as they guided us, as they told us to do, we'll go over this way, push this statue to the left, which will open up a bridge. We're pretty much done with Gwarhar Lagoon, by the way. Even though there's a bean over there, we're gonna get it. We won't be seeing any more enemies from here because we won't be fighting any more enemies from here because we are effectively done with this area, as I said. And coming up here, this brings us back to the central area. Now, I'm just going to save and check out the new badge that we just got. Let's see, high-end badge and lucky ribbon. Increases frequency of lucky hits. We're actually going to put that on, not Luigi, yeah, let's put that on Mario. That way he will clear out enemies like a beast. That might be an overpowered badge, but for just fighting normal enemies, it will be pretty useful. So yeah, in this episode, we finally finished off Gwarhar Lagoon, and in the next episode, we are going to go after those other Beanstar pieces. From here on out, it's probably going to be 1 Beanstar piece per episode, and I am totally serious when I say that. Alright, I hope to see somebody in the next one.